Asylum Justin Malamar for Revolution News here at Toronto. Well, folks, here I am at Leo Park Day School. This is a Jewish school and the latest victim of anti-Semitic crime. And you know what here, folks, nonetheless, is you just see the outcome of that crime. Vandalism and arson plus hate crime. Well, basically here, folks, the windows were smashed and they bordered the window with woods to essentially prevent more damage to the school. But basically here, folks, just sort of imagine if this is during a school year, if that this crime occurs during a school year. Well, just sort of imagine also here, folks, if this school is in session. Well, the possible injury that could be afflicted on the faculty members and the students is just like way beyond imaginable, because this thing could actually lead to a very serious injury. But, well, of course, there's a security camera around here, but I think it's gonna be like impossible to identify the perpetrators, because the style of this pro-Hamas styles is covering up their faces, which makes it very impossible, if nearly impossible to identify, unless the police can somehow get the necessary tools to basically trace and identify those perpetrators. But nonetheless here, folks, the question is, where is the Solicitor General of Ontario, because he is Jewish and basically hasn't said anything about this? And also, where is Justin Trudeau? Oh yes, Justin Trudeau cannot be bothered right now, because you see here, folks, he's just like too busy surfing in Tofino. So that's why right now Justin Trudeau cannot be bothered. But, well, of course here, folks, yesterday there was a Jewish school bus that was basically burnt down by the pro-Hamas mobs. That's for sure here, folks. And basically none from your arsonists, which is, by the way, a mile away from here. But, well, if there's more than anything here, folks, is what on earth is just like going on with the supposed leaders, especially the Jewish politicians like Ya'ara Sachs, who basically silent on this matter and hasn't said anything about the pro-Hamas mobs. I think they're just like, she and other politicians is just like so afraid to say anything about this, because the kid demographic is the Muslim population. Basically some of them are essentially pro-Hamas. So basically I think that's the reason why they're just like afraid, because they might lose the votes of the hobos for Hamas. So that's why they're just like being so silent on this. But also here, folks, few months ago there was a Jewish girls school that was also targeted by the Hamas mobs. Basically there's a shooting on that school, and luckily the students weren't there, no one was there, but still, such a serious crime that we're seeing here, the waves of anti-Semitic hate because of the pro-Hamas march. Completely surreal. And well, of course, folks, I actually got the chance to videotape the outcome of this such, I would say, heinous crime, I would say. But here, folks, just see the video evidence for yourself. Here, folks, check it out. So, there you have it there, folks. That's just for what it is here when it's come to this such crime that we're seeing here, the crime wave of anti-Semitic hate, and also, well, the pro-Hamas must basically being on the loose because, well, they're not being held accountable. That's for sure here, folks. For Revolution News, I'm Asinum Decimalmore. Well, folks, we just don't know how many of these people at the pro-Hamas hate encampment are actually students and how many of them are actually citizens. But you know what, here, folks? If you're here on student visa or any other type of visa, you spew this type of anti-Semitic stuff, you take part in the pro-Hamas hate fest, and you call for genocide against Jewish people, well, sorry but not sorry. Pack your bags, and if you totally agree, go to deporthamas.com. That's deporthamas.com. And you know what, here, folks, together, just as a message to these people that, well, if they're gonna do this type of stuff, they're not certainly not welcome.